You don't know the way. You don't know the way.
Hello, hello. Hi, hello everyone. It's I, Game Trooper 1138, your Dragon of the Blue Inferno. Now, tonight we will be playing Dragon Age Inquisition. And before we hop into that, for those who may not remember my gameplay of Dragon Age Origins, and if you did not get to see all of Dragon Age 2, and you do not want to go and watch through everything, there is a way we can get everyone caught to speed, at least on the main events at least. And so, what I like about this is when you have Dragon Age Inquisition, at the bottom left, when you open it up, it gives you a link to go to, and it's DragonAgeKeep.com. Once you get logged into your account, you can put together your tapestry of the adventures you had in Origins and Dragon Age 2. Which Origins you may have to put together yourself, 2 it should be able to import. But yeah, I had to go through and try to remember everything I did in Origins. But I think I got everything remembered correctly. But this is it. This is it. This is the tapestry. Here's Origins, which my first playthrough, we did not get to go into any of these DLCs, which it doesn't really get included. So that's good, I guess. But second playthrough, we would definitely go through these DLCs. Which it looks like out of the 3 games, Origins seems to have the most DLC. Awakening, Witch Hunt, Warden's Keep, and Stone Prisoners 4. And then Dragon Age 2 only had technically 2, but it's only considering the Legacy DLC. And then, I don't know if this is from when I played it on PlayStation or not, but a lot of these are not open yet. But it's pretty interesting, it's pretty fun. But yes, to get everyone caught up to speed, there's this little bit of a video. Should be fun and interesting to watch. And after that, we will get into the Inquisition itself.
If you believe the stories, mankind's pride gave rise to the Darkspawn. Countless in number and toxic to all life, Darkspawn search endlessly for an archdemon. When they find one, Darkspawn armies surge up from their corrupt barrows beneath the ground, and a blight begins. Grey Wardens are the only warriors capable of destroying an archdemon, and history always honors the one who sacrifices all to kill the beast. In the 5th Blight, the Warden was the hero of Ferelden. Youngest child of Ferelden's powerful Terran Cousland. Betrayal saw the Cousland's ancestral castle burn, and the Terran and his wife slain. Duncan, a Grey Warden, helped the young noble escape to a new life with the Wardens. The allied Ferelden and Grey Warden forces met in Ostagar, where King Kaelin's armies and a host of wardens gathered, ready to destroy the Darkspawn. But valor turned to despair as Loghain betrayed his king. Kaelin's forces were slaughtered, and the South was lost. The hero, now a full-fledged Grey Warden, survived with the aid of Flemeth, the mysterious witch of the wilds. Joined by Flemeth's daughter, Morrigan, and a Grey Warden named Alistair, the hero set out to build an army strong enough to abolish the Blight. With the traitorous Loghain now seated on Ferelden's throne, the Warden sought help from the influential Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. However, they arrived in Redcliffe to find the town under siege. As each night, undead rose in waves and assailed the battered village. With the hero's help, the people of Redcliffe stood fast against the undead horde. The Wardens reached Arl Eamon's castle only to find the Arl lying at the edge of death, and his court fallen into madness. To save his father's life, Eamon's young son, Connor, had made a deal with a demon and quickly fallen victim to its possession. The hero intervened, freeing Connor from possession and breaking the demon's hold over Redcliffe. But deals with demons are never straightforward. The demon agreed only to save Eamon's life, not restore him to health. Arl Eamon needed a miracle to recover. The hero located an urn containing the sacred ashes of Andraste, which were said to cure any ailment. The urn was protected by ancient traps, tests of will, and a dragon-worshipping cult that wanted to twist the urn's power to its own ends. The urn remained pure, but mysteriously disappeared after the Wardens departed. Only the temple dedicated to it still stands. With a pinch of the ashes, the hero restored the Arl to health. Informed of Loghain's treachery, Eamon swore his political and military support. The circles of Magi are bound by oath to aid the Grey Wardens in times of blight. However, Lake Calenhad's tower could offer little help. One of its mages, Uldred, had become possessed by a pride demon and was twisting other circle mages into abominations. The hero fought to the top of the tower and defeated Uldred, saving the remaining mages. Grateful for their lives, the mages joined the Warden's army. The allies gained at the Circle were not the only soldiers to join the Warden's forces, however. Dalish elves don't usually make alliances, but even deep hatred can be set aside in the face of oblivion. An ancient curse was destroying Ferelden's largest Dalish clans, turning the elves into werewolves. Zathrian, the clan's keeper, claimed that the cure required the heart of the great wolf, Witherfang. Years before, Zathrian himself had afflicted a group of humans with the curse that now ravaged his clan. As long as he lived, the curse endured. The hero freed the werewolves from the long-standing curse, and the Dalish joined the Warden's forces. Blights may happen hundreds of years apart, but the dwarves who live below the surface of Thedas fight Darkspawn every day. No one is better schooled in battling Darkspawn than the warriors of Orzammar, except perhaps their allies of old, the Grey Wardens. The hero arrived in Orzammar in the wake of King Endrin's death to find political factions fighting for control of the dwarven capital. Only the vote of a venerated paragon could break the deadlock to elect a ruler, and order the dwarves to honor their Grey Warden treaty and join the battle against the new Blight. The hero set off to find a paragon named Branka, who had disappeared into the Deep Roads in search of a legendary artifact, the Anvil of the Void, created by the renowned smith Caradon to forge mighty war golems. With Branka's help, the hero restored the Anvil of the Void, and a small army of powerful golems joined the Warden's forces. The hero emerged from the Deep Roads with a master-forged crown to bestow the Paragon's favor upon whichever rival candidate would be crowned king. Balin, the youngest son of King Endrin, who was suspected of foul play, or Haramont, the aging traditionalist backed by the Dwarven Assembly. Lord Haramont claimed the crown of Orzammar. His traditionalist values keep dwarves first in all things, and safely as far underground as possible. With Dwarden's strength now bolstering the Warden's army, the hero had to deal with Loghain, so Ferelden could stand unified against the Darkspawn, before the Blight swallowed the world. The kingdom of Ferelden stood divided. While some nobles supported Loghain's regency, others condemned his inaction against the Darkspawn. Civil war brewed, and Arl Eamon called a landsmeet in hopes of curtailing the conflict and removing Loghain from the throne. As penance, Loghain was sentenced to join the Grey Wardens and fight Darkspawn until the end of his days. As the Warden's united army massed in Redcliffe, the Darkspawn overran Denerim, laying siege to Ferelden's capital city. The hero's army fought valiantly through Denerim and broke the Darkspawn siege. On Fort Dracon's highest tower, the hero's strongest allies fought alongside the Warden in a final heroic battle against the massive Archdemon. The hero of Ferelden paid the ultimate price, the life of a Grey Warden given to kill the Archdemon and end the Blight. With no Archdemon to lead them, the Darkspawn scattered. Most fled underground, still teeming in number and always seeking a new Archdemon to awaken. The shattered kingdom of Ferelden embarked on a long journey to recovery. In the Blight's aftermath, strong leadership was crucial. Honora MacTier, daughter of Terran Loghain and widow of King Kaelin, assumed the throne of Ferelden after the Fifth Blight was ended. Ferelden still stands, as obstinate and resolute as the Dog Lords ever are. But the events of the Fifth Blight loom over it as the nation rebuilds. For people across Thedas, legends of the hero of Ferelden remain the nation's brightest beacons of hope during its darkest times. It all began in Kirkwall, the fall of Knight Commander Meredith, the Kunari Uprising, and of course, the Chantry's destruction and the onset of Mage Rebellion. One person always stood amidst the swirling chaos: Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall. The Hawk family fled Lothering, refugees from the Blight. Leandra, mother of the champion, and siblings Bethany and Carver,
we're doing a
hoped to find
recap of
refuge
the
at her
events of
family's estate
Dragon
in
Age
Kirkwall,
Origins and
far to
Dragon
the
Age
north.
2, leading into Dragon Age
While Hawk
Inquisition.
had no magical abilities, the champion was at the heart of events that ultimately led to the Mage Rebellion. The Hawks escaped the Blight with the help of Aveline Valen, a warrior and family friend. It's said that the family was also aided.
Quick sec, what this is a website you can go to for your Dragon Age games, and you can put the story together, and this kind of plays like a recap of the events that happened from Dragon Age Origins to Dragon Age 2 and into Dragon Age Inquisition. So I'm thinking whenever the 4th Dragon Age game comes out, it'll add that into your tapestry. This is what this is. This is a video of the tapestry that's been put together of my adventures done in Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2.
By Flemeth, the
Sorry about
notorious Witch of the Wilds. Hawk's brother, Carver, never reached the Free Marches. He was killed by Darkspawn while protecting his family. The family's first years in Kirkwall were difficult. Leandra's brother Gamlen had lost the family fortune.
There's also a good way to do a
The Hawks
recap
lived
on
in
everything that's
poverty,
happened in case anybody
forced
may
to
have missed
indenture
or
themselves in return for
may
entrance
have
to the
forgotten.
city. To pay off the debt, Hawk was forced to work for a band of mercenaries. All the while, Hawk and Bethany did their best to hide Bethany's magic from the Templars. Opportunity eventually struck in the form of a dwarf named Bartrand Tethras,
My
who was
biggest
planning an
mistake.
expedition to the Deep
My
Roads.
biggest mistake, and I
It was
regret
a
it
long
throughout the
shot,
whole game.
But with gold gained from the expedition, Hawk could free the family from its criminal creditors and further Templar scrutiny. Hawk met a rogue Grey Warden named Anders, who possessed detailed maps of the deep roads. These maps were crucial to the expedition's success. Once Hawk obtained them, everything else fell quickly into place. Bethany joined Hawk on the expedition. The siblings found ancient dwarven treasure and a statuette formed from a strange red lyrium. Tragically, Bethany fell victim to the blight that suffuses the deep roads and died in her siblings' arms. The gold Hawk recovered from the deep roads brought back Leandra's stately childhood home in Hightown. The Hawks had barely settled into their new home when Leandra was murdered. A deeply sinister and twisted killing. Hawk hunted down Quentin, the blood mage responsible, but could not prevent Leandra's death. Leandra's tragic death was part of a critical problem facing Kirkwall. Rising tension between the city's mages, who felt increasingly oppressed, and Templars, who grew increasingly suspicious of their activities. Adding to the strain, a large contingent of Qunari had also established themselves in Kirkwall, much to the growing discomfort of the city's rulers. After their dreadnought was shipwrecked many years before, a group of stranded Qunari were allowed to remain in a cordoned-off area in Lowtown. As time passed, the Qunari made no effort to return home, and offered no explanation about why they remained. Tensions rose to a breaking point. Revered Mother Patrice, convinced the Qunari were a threat to the Chantry's faith, incited violence between the Qunari and the Kirkwall populace. Hawk knew that Patrice would bring about unnecessary conflict. Though the champion tried to stop her, Patrice orchestrated the murder of Seamus Dumar, a Viscount's son and a recent convert to the Qun. When her crime was discovered, a Qunari assassin killed her. After Seamus was murdered, the Arishok of the Qunari group lost patience with the humans of Kirkwall. They would now submit to the Qun or die. The Qunari struck hard and fast. They took the palace in Hightown and beheaded the Viscount to immediately quash any resistance. Aided by Knight Commander Meredith and First Enchanter Orsino, Hawk reached the palace and stood toe-to-toe with the fearsome Qunari leader. Hawk fought the Qunari leader. The fierce battle resulted in the Arishok's death and the liberation of Kirkwall from its brief occupation. The Qunari quickly withdrew from the city entirely. Hawk saved Kirkwall and earned the grudging respect of the city's Templars, mages, and nobility, along with the title that history remembers, the Champion of Kirkwall.
And then things get worse.
Kirkwall's problems were still not over, however. After Viscount Dumar's death, Knight Commander Meredith took power and blocked all attempts to appoint a new Viscount. Under Meredith's command, the Templars tightened their grip on the mages, planning to suppress what Meredith saw as a growing rebellion. Anders, who spent years fighting for justice and freedom for his fellow mages, saw that the time for negotiation was past. He destroyed Kirkwall's chantry, killing hundreds, including Grand Cleric Elthina. This single act began a rebellion that spread from circle to circle, until all circles of Magi had risen up in defiance against chantry rule. Though Anders had done the unforgivable, something stayed the champion's hand.
I needed a
Anders
healer.
survived the day.
That's the only
Although
reason
many
why I
others did
needed
not.
a healer.
Fighting spread swiftly through the city. Some mages rebelled openly, many of them succumbing to possession. Templars turned their swords on mages who rebelled and on those who did not. As First Enchanter Orsino refused to bend to the Templars, Knight Commander Meredith demanded that every mage in Kirkwall be put to the sword.
This is the dwarf
Hawk
Varric,
saved many
who
mages
is
from Templar blades, keeping them
a
from
story
succumbing
writer
to
in the
possession
game.
or the temptations of blood magic. In the end, however, Hawk was forced to strike down Orsino, who had betrayed his own values by resorting to blood magic himself. The battle proved one thing. Knight Commander Meredith had gone mad. Hawk saw the truth of it when Meredith unsheathed her sword and the red lyrium idol from the deep roads was embedded within it. The
Yeah.
blade fueled her hatred and paranoia, as it had for months. After a horrific battle, the red lyrium of the Knight Commander's sword consumed her as she died. Meredith became a statue, her face a frozen mask of horror. Little is known of the champion since that final
Oh yeah.
battle.
Oh yeah. I
However,
like it. I like it.
Hawk's
It's a really
story
good
lives
recap.
on in legend and song. Memories of the indelible changes the champion of Kirkwall brought to the face of Thedas. The Mage Rebellion in Kirkwall was felt throughout Thedas, the news spreading like wildfire. The Templars clamped down in response, but each new restriction only made things worse. Led by Grand Enchanter Fiona, the mages voted for independence. The Circle of Magi would govern itself, without the Chantry and especially without the Templars. The result was cataclysmic. 2 circles were destroyed. Those within killed to the last mage, before the rest fled into the wilderness. Perhaps the mighty Empire of Orlais could have intervened in the war before it began, but that was not to be. Grand Duke Espard began a deadly civil war against Empress Celine, vying for the Orlesian throne. The mages were offered safe haven in neighboring Ferelden, but the Templars followed, and so their battle spread across all of Thedas. As head of the Chantry, Divine Justinia ordered the Templars to stand down. They refused, declaring their own independence. Thus, the war began in earnest. Templars hunting mages, mages fighting Templars. Their clashes wreaked untold destruction, and all sense of order was falling to pieces. Divine Justinia made one final desperate bid to end the war. She approached the leaders of both sides and convinced them to come to a conclave held on neutral ground. With the Chantry to mediate, mages and Templars will talk for the first time since this all began. It is our last, and perhaps our only, chance for peace.
Is the recap awesome? I hope you guys like that. And now we are going to get into the actual game of Dragon Age Inquisition. But that was awesome. I liked that. It was pretty good. It's really good. It's a pretty good recap. And I do agree. That is a cool concept to do. And I'm glad that that is part of this whole thing. And here we are, with the mages and the Templars meeting at the conclave to discuss a possibility of peace and to put an end to end the war, bloody war between Templars and mages. Or so we thought. Oh. So for John Bishop, we need human, warrior, proficient in two-handed weapons, normal difficulty of course. As the youngest child of the Trevelyan noble house, you grew up in the free marcher city of Ostwick and have enjoyed a life of privilege. With close family ties to the Chantry and many relatives among the priesthood and the Templars, you were always expected to follow a similar path in service of the Maker, regardless of how you feel about the matter personally. Willing or unwilling, you were sent to the Chantry's conclave to assist relatives who sought to make peace between Templars and mages. It didn't go well. Yes. Except. And then boom! Everything that's in the tapestry, the whole story of Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 have now been imported into this game. And now all the events that happen will now have some sort of mention, or maybe even play some sort of effect in the game. I love games that do this! Granted, our character here will have no involvement with the original two characters. They will get to travel to the world that gets shaped by these two characters. Mainly from Violet, because of the events that happened in Dragon Age 2. Alright. Now comes the fun part, creating a character. Hair. Bald. Beard. Let's see. Yes. Yes.
Everything you've heard? Completely true.
Not this voice.
Everything you've heard? Completely true.
Yes, that voice. Let's see. Head shape and ear shape are good. Eyes could be shaped a little more to be fitting. Oh, jeez. I can't tell. Are your eyes like that, or is there something in your eyes? Yeah. Oh, I can do this? Oh. Nice. I like it. Let's see. I'm not seeing any scars. Down the back? No scars. Arguably the best part of any game is character customization. Yes. And I am one of these people who are very bad about not completing a story and just going back and just creating more and more characters and never completing the story for either one. But we're going to do it for this character. And then again for the second playthrough. Okay, for some reason scarves are not working, so I guess we will go to tattoo. Zoom back in. Back. You know, I like it. It's already a good color. Makeup? No. Okay, so chat, this is our hero for this third story. Also guilty. I think a lot of people are guilty of that. This is our character, John Bishop. Maxwell. There we go. I will say what I do like about this one, because I have played it before, back when I had my PlayStation 4. What I like about this one, the cinematic that happens in this game is so cool. It's so awesome. Boy, that's a lot of spiders. Now, if you ask me, out of the 3 Dragon Age games, which ones would be my favorite? Considering after playing 2, I've now finally got to play all 3 of them. It's a tough one. It's a very tough question to answer because I have no idea. I like all 3 of them, I really do. So it's kind of hard for me to pick. Of course, this one's going to have the better graphics out of the 3, but I can't pick because all 3 of them have very good storytelling to them. And also, just the character customizations for all 3 games, it's awesome.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead. Except for you.
Remain silent.
Explain this.
I think you can just count all of them as favorites. Yeah, I guess. We can go with that route. All of them are my favorites.
You can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need him, Cassandra.
What happens now?
So what happens now?
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then a woman.
A woman?
She reached out to me, but then...
Go to the Ford Camp, Leliana. I will take him to the rift.
What did happen?
It will be easier to show you.
Yeah, it'd be easier to show you. The big, massive, glowing green hole in the sky.
We call it the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act, the breach may grow until it swallows the world. Each time the breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
How could it stop this?
You say it may be the key. To doing what?
Closing the breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly. It is our only chance, however. And yours.
You still think I'm guilty?
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone is. And you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
Will helping save me?
So if I do what you want, will I live through it?
We have no way of knowing.
Well, that's great. Great answer.
They have decided your guilt. They need it. The people of Haven mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars.
Yeah, there's no
She
chance
brought
of
their
peace
leaders
now.
Together. Now they are dead.
Not after a big boom like that.
We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed. There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
Your mark must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
Right. I'm free. I'm making a run for it. You'll never catch
Open
me.
the gate. We are heading into the valley.
Never mind. I would not have made it far. I forgot there's a gate. Oh no.
The pulses are coming faster now. The larger the breach
Wonderful.
grows, the more rifts appear, the more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They
Oh,
say
that
a
don't sound
woman
like
was in
me.
the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything farther in the valley was laid waste, including the Temple of Sacred Ashes. I suppose you'll see soon enough.
The Temple of Sacred Ashes. Oh! Oh!
Stay behind me!
No wonder they think you're guilty. I didn't do it, I swear. It's not me. I am innocent. I pressed R or...
It's over.
Drop your weapon. Now!
You need to trust me.
If you're going to lead me through a demon-infested valley, you'll have to trust me.
Give me one reason to trust you.
Because my life is on the line.
True.
You're right. I cannot protect you.
Facts.
And I cannot expect you to be defenseless.
Facts.
Your life is threatened enough as it is.
Facts.
Take these potions. Maker knows what we will face.
Well, fortunately
Where are
enough,
all
I did
your
not get
soldiers?
hurt
At the
in that
forward
fight.
camp or fighting. We are on our own for now.
I found a Templar helmet. I will take. Abilities consume mana and stamina for powerful combat effects. Most abilities require the time to pass before reuse.
There! Watch out! If we flank them, we may gain the advantage.
Hold on, there's a pouch here. I found gold. Okay. flanking. Got it. Oh, what we have? Spirit essence. Oh, I see another pouch. Gold. 62 gold.
Up on the hill. It attacks from a distance.
No. Ow. What does the attack do? It doesn't look like the attack does much. Oh. Hello. See, I'm helping. It means I am innocent. I am not guilty. I did not do such destruction. Not I. Although this kind of destruction is pretty cool. I'm being attacked by this enemy right here. Actually, I'm being attacked by all of them. Ow. Okay, I think it's finally defeated. Sent back to the bay. Yeah, sent back to the bay.
We're getting close to the rift. You can hear the fighting.
Who's fighting?
You'll see soon. We must help them.
The graphics in this game are on point. I will say, kind of reminds me of Skyrim. This game came out back in 2014. I think Skyrim was out around that time. And here is our storyteller.
Quickly! Before more come through! What did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
You mean this?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass deep in demons forever. Varric Tethras, rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
You're with the Chantry.
Are you with the Chantry, or...
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just like you.
I brought you here to tell your story to the Divine. Clearly, that is no longer necessary.
Yet, here I am. Lucky for you, considering current events.
Nice crossbow.
That's a nice crossbow you have there.
Isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca?
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
You know about the mark.
You seem to know a great deal about it all.
Solus is an apostate, well versed in such matters.
Technically, all mages are now apostates, Cassandra. My travels have allowed me to learn much of the Fade, far beyond the experience of any circle mage. I came to offer whatever help I can give with the breach. If it is not closed, we are all doomed regardless of origin.
And what are you
And
going
what
to
will you do once this is over?
One hopes those in power will remember who helped, and who did not. Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
And just imagine, this is what the graphics look like for this game.
We must get
the
to
third
the forward
installment.
camp quickly.
Imagine what they're going to look like with the fourth game.
Bianca's excited.
And also, apparently, I have
This
been
way,
seeing
down
a
the bank.
rumor
The road
that we may
ahead.
be getting another Mass
We
Effect
must
game,
move quickly.
which I'm excited. Currently in Mass Effect 3. That is becoming a very fun experience too. Never really played any of the Mass Effect games. I mean, I've kind of played Andromeda when it came out, but I could not get into it at the time. Barbarian Axe. Is the Barbarian Axe better than this great sword? Oh, mortal. Weapons. 70 damage points per second. Yeah! Give me the Barbarian Axe. I will use it. Oh. Not too much of the face. Yay, I have the ability to jump. We didn't have that in the last one. Okay.
Demons ahead. Glad you brought me now, Seeker.
Tactical camera, let's look at tactical camera mode, which helps you better evaluate nearby enemies and plan your strategy to use tactical camera in the future. Press T. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Oh. Okay. And select. Okay. And then just like that. Oh, it was not a recharge.
Are you innocent?
I don't remember what happened.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
All right. F4. All right. Yes. Oh, that's all.
I hope Liliana made it through all this.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
We will see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
Okay, they didn't drop anything. All right.
Another rift!
We must seal it! Quickly! They keep coming! Help us!
I will say taunt does come in handy.
Hurry! Use the mark!
Level up, your character has level up. This increases your health and stats automatically and rewards you one ability point to use. Press P to open the character record to see the ability screen.
The rift is gone. Open the gate.
What?
Do not use weapon and shield. There's two-handed, Battlemaster, and Vanguard. Each ability tree contains active abilities, upgrades, and passive abilities. Active abilities have diamond-shaped icons. They can be mapped to your hotbar and then used in combat. Upgrades are attached to an ability and make it stronger. Passive abilities have circular icons and are permanent boosts to your character that are always active. Okay. When you have an ability point available, click an ability or upgrade to learn it. You can only learn abilities connected to the root of the ability tree or connected to an ability you've already learned. Can you only play human or can you pick other races? There's other races you can play as. I just picked human because so far it's just been a human playthrough. But second playthrough it will be different races. But for this game, you can be human, elf, dwarf, or the Quinari, which are the people with the horns. This one because I do get, I like that. But with the first game, Dragon Age Origins, the races you can pick are human, elf, and dwarf. Dragon Age 2, you can only play human. So that's why second playthrough, Dragon Age 2, will be the human playthrough. Nice, reminds me of Destiny 2's system. Okay.
Way, Lady Cassandra.
We're clear for the moment. Well done.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
Yeah. Supply cache. I am resupplied on health potions.
Without resort. Ah, here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who he is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Wow.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
And you are a thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead! We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
So, no one's in charge here.
So none of you are actually in charge here.
You killed everyone who was in charge!
You have no proof.
Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
You're asking for my opinion.
Now you're asking me what I think.
You have the mark.
And you are the one we
Irrelevant.
must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own,
Very well then. Let's take the mountain path.
Use the mountain path. Work together. You all know what's at stake.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker. That is a very nice crossbow. Alright, through the mountain we go.
The tunnel should be just ahead. The path to the temple lies just beyond it.
What manner of tunnel is this? A mine?
Part of an old mining complex. These mountains are full of such paths.
And your missing soldiers are in there somewhere?
Along with whatever has detained them.
We shall see soon enough.
Yeah? 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 I'm not hitting anything right now. Now I am. Number 3. I guess those are solid things. It's a chain that allows me to pull foes to me. No, wrong one. Oh, right. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a room here? There's a room here. I found a room. And there's stuff. Like stuff. Gold. go. Stiletto? Griffin. Huh. Fire. Hey mate, I'm a hop. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your night. I'll try to tune in tomorrow. God bless. Thank you, and you too. Thank you for stopping by. Who's over here? More stuff to loot. Onyx and iron. Metals. And gold. Nice. Kinda need long distance enemies taken care of. Alright, nice. Anything in here? Oh, bag. What's in the bag? Personal locket and dragonling scales. Go.
Guess we found the soldiers.
That cannot be all of them.
So the others could be holed up ahead.
Our priority must be the breach. Unless we seal it soon, no one is safe.
I'm leaving that to the man with the glowing hand.
Yeah. Looks like it only affects actual solid things, not like a wraith. Wraith.
Lady Cassandra! Lieutenant, you're alive. Just barely.
Oh. Well, that's creepy.
Sealed, as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Yeah.
Thank the Maker you finally arrived, Lady Cassandra. I don't think we could have held out much longer.
Thank our prisoner, Lieutenant. He insisted we come this way.
The prisoner? Then you...
It was worth the risk.
It was worth saving you, if we could.
Then you have my sincere gratitude.
The way into the valley behind us is clear for the moment. Go, while you still can.
At once. Quickly, let's move!
The path ahead appears to be clear of demons as well.
Let's hurry before that changes.
Make haste.
Down the ladder. That's the way to the temple.
Oh boy, that's a problem.
So, holes in the Fade don't just accidentally happen, right?
If enough magic is brought to bear, it is possible.
But there are easier ways to make things explode.
That is true.
Yes.
We will consider how this happened once the immediate danger is past.
There are easier ways to make things blow up. There's always destructive magic.
The Temple of Sacred Ashes.
What's left of it?
That is where you walked out of the Fade, and our soldiers found you. They say a woman was in the rift behind you.
Huh.
No one knows who she was.
Well, this looks very bad. That's bad. Well,
The breach is a long way up.
You're here. Thank the Maker.
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple. This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
can I even get up there?
I'm not sure how to even start getting up to that thing.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Right. Right.
Now is the hour of our victory. Bring forth the sacrifice.
What are we hearing?
At a guess, the person who created the breach.
Oh no.
You know this stuff is red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Yeah, the red lyrium's bad.
The sacrifice still.
Red lyrium's bad. Very bad.
Someone help me! That is Divine Justinia's voice.
Well. Well, we're here.
Someone help me!
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but
It is a vision.
What's going on here?
run when you can! Move them!
We have an intruder. Kill him now.
Well.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she? Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Echoes of what happened here.
Amnesia.
Fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
Yay.
That means demons! Stand ready!
great! It's a pride demon! Wonderful!
No! We must strip its defenses. Wear it down.
Well, it's stunned. It's a level 4 demon.
More coming through the rift.
Oh, jeez. Well, at least we have other NPCs helping. What is number 9? Mouse, there it is. Well, we've almost got the pride demon beat. Almost.
Now, seal the rift.
There we go.
Do it.
I'm doing it! I'm closing the rift to the breach. Did it work?
Oh. I didn't know you were awake. I swear.
Why are you frightened? What happened?
That's wrong, isn't it? I said the wrong thing.
I don't think so.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You're back in Haven, my lord. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand.
Well, isn't that interesting?
It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
What happens now?
So, a trial happens now, I suppose?
I don't know anything about that. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
I will take special shipment. Oh. Okay. Read. Patient observations. Vain hope. Someone better at this than me takes. No. Someone better at this than me takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. Day 1. Clammy, shallow breathing. Pulse over fast. Not responsive. Pupils dilated. Mage says his scarring mark is thrumming with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar in here, just in case. Nothing. Two-handed. All the only. Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't know whether that's a claw or a tooth, but wow. Oh, jeez. Let's see. Rare great sword. Fire damage. Oh. There's also this +6 armor penetration. Let's go with this. Alright. Armor. Let's see. Oh! Like what the Aeroshock wore. Okay. Heavy armor of the dragon. Ooh. That's awesome. Yeah. I like it. No. I like it. I like it a lot. Is that everything that I can... Okay, that's not something I can read. That, oh. Hello.
That's him.
I have a level up. Block and slash. Alright, cool.
That's the Herald of Andraste. They said when he came out of the Fade, Andraste herself was...
Well, that's a bit extreme.
That's him. He stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
Right.
Chancellor Roderick says that the Chantry wants nothing to do with us.
That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister.
Well. A transporter departed. The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world and into the next. For she who trusts in the Maker fires her water. As the moth sees light and goes toward flame, she should see fire and go towards light. The veil holds no uncertainty for her, and she will know no fear of death, for the Maker shall be her beacon and her shield, her foundation and her sword. Transfigurations 10:1, often sung by mourners at the light as they light candles.
Have you gone completely mad? He should be taken to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe he is guilty.
The prisoner failed, Seeker.
I did.
The breach is still in the sky.
It is?
For all you know, he intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor, as is yours.
Chain him! I want him prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that, and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is
no
stable, but
power
it is
here.
still a threat. I will not ignore it.
You want my help. Again.
Let me guess. You need my help.
You have done plenty. Your actions will be taken into account by the new Divine.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to him for help.
So his survival, that thing on his hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent him to us in our darkest hour.
Blessed be the Maker.
Though all before me is shadow, it shall the Maker be my guide.
We lost everything then. Out of nowhere, you came.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
Yeah!
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
The Inquisition of old.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way.
Yes,
we
they
need
have.
those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new Divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
Okay. You want a holy war?
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
And if I refuse?
What if I refuse?
You can go if you wish.
You should know that while some believe you chosen, many still think you guilty. The Inquisition can only protect you if you are with us.
We can also help you.
It will not be easy if you stay. But you cannot pretend this has not changed you.
I agree. For now.
We'll see how this goes.
That is all we ask.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Another thing I do like about this game, when it comes to customizing your armor or even your weapon, you can use the metals you find to customize it. And now, the Inquisition of old has risen back up, and a new Inquisition has begun. The Templars, the Mages, and I'll have to change armor again. Dragon Age Inquisition. Alright, change armor. Huh. What else we have here? Let's see, Stone Bear armor. Okay. Avar armor. Huh. Antam Sar. There's plenty of Quinari armor. Ah, Orchid, hello! Hello, Orchid, how are you? Lick, 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 lick. Always with the licky. How are you? How have you been?
Does it trouble you?
It's fine.
Not really.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us
Good,
time,
that's good.
and Solas
You have a
believes the
good day?
second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
You have an idea?
Clearly, you have something in mind.
Reese and I are
do.
trying to get Baldur's Gate to work. Awesome. Awesome. If y'all do, let me know.
May I present
And if
Commander
not,
Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's
might be able to help. Maybe.
Such as they are. We lost many soldiers in the valley, and I fear many more before this is through.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
I've heard much. It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is
Okay,
our
I'm
spy
doing
master.
good. Doing
Yes.
pretty good.
Tactfully put, Cassandra.
Impressive titles.
That's an impressive bunch of titles.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
But yeah,
Which
I'm
means
doing
we
good.
must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak
And
to us
here,
yet.
and then in the future, we
Chantry
have to
has
make a
denounced
decision.
the
Do we get the
Inquisition
Templars on
and
our
used
side, or
this
do we get the mages? That was quick.
That didn't take long.
Shouldn't they be busy arguing over who's going to become divine?
Some are calling you the Herald of Andraste, and that frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
The Herald of Andraste?
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading.
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
They're wrong.
I'm no herald of anything, particularly not Andraste.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
And to others, a symbol of evidence.
He knows the words, but he's not a believer. The breach doesn't worry them?
They aren't more concerned about the breach, the real threat.
They do know it's a threat. They just don't think we can stop it.
The Chantry is telling everyone you'll make it worse.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll talk to her.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Yay! Operations. The war table allows you to apply the power of the Inquisition throughout Orlais and Ferelden. Mother Giselle's in the hinterlands, which can be found in the Ferelden side of the table. At least with this, we get a map. War table, the Inquisition can unlock new areas for you to explore through scouting operations. Perform the scouting operation for the hinterland and the Ferelden side of the war table now.
My scout.
Well, that's not a good sign. Scout the hinterlands. We avoided the fighting as best we could. It's every bit as bad as we feared. The apostates are mad, attacking anything that moves, and it appears the Templars here aren't following anyone's orders any longer. We located Mother Giselle and they are trying to protect her, but she refuses to lead the refugees until we've ensured their safety. That will be hard to do without troops to push the apostates and the Templars out of the area. Commander Cullen asked me to make inquiries of Master Dennett, a retired horsemaster of Redcliffe, who lives in the area. We tried to contact him about obtaining better horses for the Inquisition, but we've been unable to get through the fighting. Not now. Operations. You now have access to missions. Missions operations take time and bring the Inquisition resources and rewards. Only one mission per advisor can be active at a time. Some missions have a preferred type, which result in less time required when undertaken by the associated advisor. Missions may also provide different rewards depending on which advisor completes them. Okay. Alright, so Dragon Age Origins takes place here. Dragon Age 2 takes place somewhere in here. So all this is part of Ferelden. What is this? Dual relatives. Dual relatives are the Prevalians. Dear Lady Montelier, it is true, distant relations with the House Trevelyan are claiming close friendship with the Herald of Andraste. A boast is one matter, but the boundaries of tact and decency appear to be invisible to these mountebanks. During a ball in the South Quarter, I witnessed a cousin 5 times removed from Lord Trevelyan threaten to have the Inquisition fight his rival. He quickly left the party after I made my connection with the Inquisition clear, but the problem stands. We must deal with the Herald's relatives taking his name in vain. Bloody Buttlefort. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So, don't matter. There are ways to indicate our displeasure without tipping our hand. I am not saying we sent assassins, but the rumor of assassins.
Let's see what we have.
Yes. Let's see. Gather coin. Up until now, the Inquisition forces have had the benefit of the Chantry's deep coffers. Now the Inquisition is forced to seek out its own source of revenue if it is going to grow further. Trade in and out of Haven is limited at this point, but there are various opportunities to earn coin, provided the Inquisition is willing to focus its efforts on the matter. Let's see, 48 minutes, an hour. Josephine would be great.
Let us begin.
And then one more. The Tyrian of High Ever, to whom it concerns, the Tyrian of High Ever wishes to convey our deepest sympathies on the death of Divine Justinian V, the Most Holy. The Most Holy was incomparable in her wisdom and dedicated to peace, and we had high hopes that her conclave would succeed. We will hold a vigil in High Ever in remembrance of Justinia and cordially invite the Inquisition to attend. Sincerely, Tayren Fergus Kuzlan. Ah, of House Kuzlan from Dragon Age Origins. A relative of the Grey Ward. 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 12 minutes.
To work?
There. And now we just leave it be for the time that it needs, which by the time we get back to this Tuesday, they'll be ready. Alright. The War Council has been adjourned. World travel when not in a dungeon, you can use the quest map to travel to distant locations.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked his life to slow the magic of the breach. Sir Trevelyan, may I present the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
You own this land?
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denner, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Its followers need shelter.
People have been injured. You can't just turn them out onto the snow.
And who benefits if they stay?
Divine Justinia, Marquis. The Inquisition, not the Chantry, is sheltering the pilgrims who mourn her.
Why is the Chantry ignoring the faithful?
Because it remains in shock. We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Does the Marquis own Haven?
Do the Durelians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
You handle the Marquis well.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
How did you become ambassador?
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What's your background?
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through
That's the only place I don't think we've seen on, like, a map for this place is where Antiva is. We see where Orlais is, and Ferelden, and the Free Marches, but not Antiva. Glad you're here.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montillier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas's politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done. Greetings.
What brought you here?
Tell me how you came to work for the Inquisition again.
I'd been considering leaving my post in Antiva for a new challenge when Leliana recruited me. There's such unrest in Thedas, and the Inquisition seems a promising method to stop it. It's to everyone's benefit if we prevent the Mage-Templar conflict from spreading further.
Is order why you signed on?
So, was it the prospect of stability that drew you here?
The full impact of the Mage Rebellion has yet to be felt. And that was before the death of the Divine. The violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full-scale war.
I absolutely agree.
I can only imagine the bloodshed if it escalates further.
I'm afraid history holds many examples of what will happen if it does.
Yeah. How did you come to meet Liliana?
How do you and Liliana know each other?
We moved through similar circles in Orlais. I believe we actually met in Val Royale. Liliana was quite an accomplished player of the game by then.
What's the game?
What exactly do you mean when you say the game?
Forgive me. The game refers to the slow duels of influence among the noble and powerful of Orlais. It's a rather light-hearted name for the matter, but Orlesians are fond of playful touches.
Tell me about yourself. Do you believe I'm holy?
Tell me, do you believe I was saved by Andraste at the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I should much like to believe so, Your Worship. The miracles Andraste performed were so so long ago, they're difficult to picture. If it were truly her and the Fate who saved you, well, in any case, many already believe you walk in the Maker's light.
What does your family do? What number is that for?
What business are the Monteliers in, exactly?
We began as merchants. My ancestors founded the first trade routes to Rivain. We once sent entire fleets across the waking sea.
Once, but not anymore?
Ah, no. These days, our vessels are a touch more modest.
Montelier. Sounds familiar.
I'd swear our families have met before.
Perhaps. Everyone of distinction in the Free Marches attends Lady Trevelyan's summer balls.
Great Aunt Lucille always did love a party.
I don't recall seeing you at any of them.
I enjoyed my freedom.
Attend one ball and you'll fend off invites for a dozen more.
That reminds me. The Herald of Andraste has received several invitations from the curious.
To parties? How many am I getting?
Only 17 this month, I'm afraid.
Wow, 17 invites to different parties. Wow. Tell me about your work.
What did you do before coming here?
I had the great honor of serving Antiva's crown as ambassador to Orlais. I'm also first in line to become the head of House Montelier, though my siblings attend to our mercantile affairs.
Are you doing this for Antiva?
How strong are your past loyalties?
I would never have given up my position if I did not intend to fully commit to the Inquisition. We cannot fall back on borders. Antiva is as threatened as any country by the rebellions. If anything, the alliances I forged there may help our current cause.
Will we have other causes?
Do you think the Inquisition will continue after we seal the breach?
If we prove ourselves by healing the breach, people may turn to us for other things. Protection, counsel, justice. The Inquisition offered these ones to those in need.
Let's speak later.
Farewell.
That is all. Children of Andraste. There are many misconceptions regarding Andraste's bloodline. Monsieur, this is due, I should think, to a general lack of knowledge regarding Andraste's mortal life. Understandable, considering the many cults that arose following her death. Everyone sought to claim Our Lady for their own culture or claim some aspect of her existence was a lie. All of them complete fabrications. My order has done considerable research to ascertain the truth. We all know Andraste and the betrayer raised 5 children. The eldest 3 were sons, Israrath, Evrion, and Verald. The rule of what was once southern Deventer was split among them. Israth was given the west, what is today Orlais. Evrion was given the east, what is today the Free Marches. And Verald was given the central Palanis. I don't know how to pronounce it. What is today Navarra. What became of these men and their legacies is the stuff of legend. And the majority of the claims to Andraste's bloodline link back to one of them. None of the 3 sons, however, were born of Andraste. They were born of the betrayer's concubine, Gillivan. People choose to overlook the fact that Andraste came from the Alamari tribesmen, and that they were barbarians, not the Ferelden's we know today. They were savage warriors who took concubines in addition to their wives, and because Andraste was thought to be too weak to bear children, the betrayer took Gillivan to provide him heirs, which she did. After her death, the sons were raised as Andraste's own. Later in life, Andraste proved predictions wrong and had 2 daughters by the betrayer, Ebris and Vivile. They were kept out of the public eye and not permitted to marry, though both had consorts. Ebris had one had but one child, Ali Vemar, who perished on a voyage to Denerim less than a month after her mother fell to the plague. And without children of her own, the younger daughter, Vilial, was more controversial. A strong-headed woman who defied her family by falling in love with a mage of Treventer, Regulin. Vivial and Regulin went into self-imposed exile as the Exalted March began, and into hiding following Andraste's betrayal and murder. What became Vivial and her descendants is largely unknown for one primary reason. She had only daughters. Each of those daughters only had daughters. They married into other families and took other names, and in the chaos of the Second Blight, all traces of survivors were lost. Andraste's true bloodline, if it exists, lies solely in the descendants of Vival, and the suspicion of my order is that it produces only daughters. Thus the claims of your young man, monsieur, are highly suspect. From a letter by Sister Galliana of the Augustan Order, Dragon 912.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. I
Yep.
hope the Inquisition can restore order soon. I never really wanted to leave the Circle. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker, Pentagast, and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
I found something for you?
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it. Thank you.
Interesting. Oh, influence.
Heaven has been filled with silence.
Okay.
I knew that. So we're heretics just like that. Should we surrender?
Alright, so with that, I am out of time, so I am going to stop here. It's a good start. It's a good start. We'll finish going around Haven and doing stuff around there, and then we'll get into going into the Hinterlands, or Redcliffe as it is. Excuse me. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about this. And be sure to hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when my next live stream happens. For those of you who are watching on YouTube. And for Twitch, please hit that follow button. It helps the channel out so much. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this live stream. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been a really amazing adventure going through Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. And like I said, in the future we will be going back through all three games again, but this time it's going to be with different races. And when we do get to that point, before I even start Origins, I will need you guys to help me to decide on what race I should play for Inquisition. And just go ahead and let you guys know, that way you can be thinking about it. The choices for the races of Inquisition for the second playthrough are between two races. Either Elf or Quinari. The choice will be yours. Whichever one you pick will decide the fate of the first character, which will be our Grey Ward. Just keep in mind, I will not say which race will keep the Grey Warden alive and which one will not. I will not say. But just to let you know, when it's time for the second playthrough, a voting poll will be set up, and then it will be up to you, chat, my chat, my viewers, my subscribers, my followers. The choice will be up to you to determine the fate of the Grey Warden. Should the Grey Warden follow the same fate as my character Anthony, I guess you can say it could be Anthony Kuzlin, will this new Grey Warden follow the same fate? Or, depending on which race gets picked, will they actually get to live to see the next day? That fate will be decided by you when that time comes. So prepare, be thinking. Elf or Quinari? The choice I will leave in your hands when the time comes. But thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the dubstep music at the beginning and the BGM that's been playing, the BGM was made by my friend Blasted Webstep Neko, as well as the dubstep music you hear. He makes his own dubstep music, and he streams over on Twitch as Blasted the Webstep Neko. Please check him out. He's currently streaming right now. I'm not going to do a raid tonight. I will do raids whenever it's a much longer stream. Longer streams, I'll do raids. These streams, I won't. But during the weekend, when I'm doing a longer stream, I will do raids over on Twitch. But yes, I think he is streaming right now. I don't know what he's playing. I don't know. But please check him out over on his Twitch, Blasted Webstep Neko. Awesome guy. All the notifications you hear on his channel are made by him. He made his own notification sounds. Very talented guy. And a very good friend. He is a VTuber as well. He is a Neko VTuber. So please check him out. And thank you all so much for watching. I have been Game Trooper 1138. And I will see you all tomorrow. So until then, good night. And have a pleasant evening. Or whatever time it would be. This is the worst ending I've ever done. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.